So I just got out of bed today and checked my social media. I was thinking about all the things I was going to do today. I was going to produce YouTube videos. I was going to write best-selling books. I was going to cover all this news on my website, where you can see all of my social media, my blog, my YouTube, my Patreon, all of my books at harmansmithbooks.com. I had a big day ahead of me. And what happens? I am hit with a huge, massive bombshell. The biggest name in gaming, the biggest name in entertainment, Grand Theft Auto 6 confirmed a Nintendo Direct. And I was just like, oh yeah, the Rockstar Direct. It's finally happening. We're finally going to see actual gameplay footage. It's about time. I'm curious how the game is going to disappoint people. I wonder how Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to fall off. And then I look at the tweet. Okay? Rockstar Direct on Netflix. Let me repeat that. Rockstar is airing their Direct on Netflix. They are making you pay a $25 subscription fee so you can watch a fucking trailer. Again, if there's any indication how bad the situation at Rockstar is, this is it. They really think that they can get away with this. That they will force you to pay $25 just to watch a trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. Again, this is the kind of delusion that Rockstar is under. This is the situation they're in, where they are so adamant that they're bigger and better than everyone else in the industry that they really think that premiering a fucking direct for their product on Netflix, a service you have to pay for, is just a flex, that it's something they can just do because why the fuck not, right? They have no real ability to I don't know, promote, they have no desire to promote the game for the unwashed masses. You have to pay a subscription fee. We're not going to put this on YouTube. We're not going to do no, if you're going to see Grand Theft Auto 6 footage, you're going to have to subscribe to freaking Netflix. It's positively insane, and I think it really is a testament as to what's going to come with Grand Theft Auto 6, because Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to nickel and dime you to such an extreme degree that it really is going to come off like borderline parody. Okay, this is not going to be the end-all be-all nonsense of that pool. That they are going to start charging for I'm sure they'll start charging for in-game music for licensing. I'm sure they'll start charging for online play. I'm sure they'll start charging for single-player content. I'm sure that they're going to start. I mean, they already technically raised the price to $100. And they got away with it by simply saying that you don't have to, we're only just locking a lot of content behind the $100 version. Again, they've already pulled a lot of scummy nonsense when it came to this release, but we're still in that early pre-release phase where people are delusionally hyping this up as if it's gonna destroy Nintendo. That seems to be the rallying cry behind the community at this point. Is that we have to, this game is going to be the biggest name ever. It's going to be the biggest name in entertainment. It's going to be the most successful thing ever. And the answer is no. The game has already failed. And the reason for that is because of how long it took to produce, how expensive it was, and how they won't be able to follow up on it with a sequel. Grand Theft Auto is on the way out. And I think that's going to be very self-evident with this release, where much like Cyberpunk 2077 and Doom Eternal, you're going to see a lot of fanboys just refuse to admit that there's anything wrong with this game, and that it's the greatest thing ever, and that they fixed it with the updates or the patches, and that the DLC salvaged it. And the simple reality is that that's not the case, at all. What we're seeing is a very quick and total decline of Rockstar games as a whole. You know, Red Dead 2 in and of itself was ridiculous and insanely terrible. People just couldn't bring themselves to admit it. Like, and we're seeing a similar situation with this. And I do think this is going to be like the absolute last time that we can get away with this. Because I've been talking about this a lot, how Pokemon actually brings in more money than Grand Theft Auto. So the whole idea that Grand Theft Auto is the biggest name in gaming is just wrong. Because we've seen this happen over and over again, where Pokemon just generates more and more income every year, while Grand Theft Auto just kind of stagnates. Grand Theft Auto is nowhere near where Pokemon is, and it never will be. It's not going to possibly keep up. Pokemon's going to keep growing and expanding and becoming more and more successful, while Grand Theft Auto just kind of stagnates and will, at some point, be replaced by something that does the same thing but better. At this point, Grand Theft Auto, it really is kind of like the Eminem or like the hip-hop of video games, where it's just something that was just shoved onto people, that people like latched onto because it was cool, and not they thought it was cool, and not because it was actually good, high-quality content. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like Twilight for boys, okay? It's like that caliber of thing. It's not unique, creative, fresh, or exciting. Like, I think it says a lot about this brand, where we're going into the hype cycle, and yet all of the discussion around it is around how many units it's going to sell, and how popular it's going to be, and how much money it's going to make, right? Like, it's pretty self-evident, I think, that, like, Grand Theft Auto is a complete and total joke. It is not going to accomplish what it's meant to do. It is not going to be able to destroy the Switch 2 or a Nintendo. Like, this game is just going to come and go. You know, it's going to be the exact opposite of the Wii U era, because, of course, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. That was the major driving force away from the Wii U at the time. It's amazing how people don't talk about this. But, like, yeah, like, the entire core reason why everybody thought the Wii U was going to fail was because of Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to come, and then it's going to go, and then Nintendo's going to just keep dominating anyway, while, like, every other company continues their, like, endless downward spiral. Okay, Rockstar is never going to recover from the failure of Grand Theft Auto 6. Like, the only thing they can possibly do is make a Red Dead 3, which is going to see more diminishing returns, or Grand Theft Auto 7, which, again, is going to be worse, lower quality, and lower effort. Like, again, it's going to just keep getting worse. And I'm curious if, like, the only thing that's up in the air now is whether the fans are going to acknowledge it or not. Like, but the way things are going now, like, we keep seeing these situations where, like, you know, my predictions keep coming true, right? Because I said the Switch 2 would be successful. I said that, like, you know, Splatoon Raiders, Pokopia, you know, these games would be huge, right? You know, I knew that Nintendo was going to win the console generation. And now, you're only just now seeing, like, all these other YouTubers just admit that, like, yeah, Nintendo won the console generation. How many of these people will come out and outright say in their video comments that, like, Harman Smith was right the entire time, everything he said was true, that Nintendo won the console generation, and there's really nothing that, like, anyone can do about it? Like, even now, they're kind of in denial about it, because, like, they really do think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be, like, the massive boost the industry needs to, like, compete with Nintendo, and it's just not going to happen. Like, especially if Grand Theft Auto 6 gets ported. Like, it doesn't even have to be a day one port, but the long and short of it is, we are past the point where, like, a single video game release can tank Nintendo consoles. Because I think this has always been the narrative, is that, like, well, like, Nintendo doesn't have Final Fantasy 7, they don't have Final Fantasy 10, they don't have Grand Theft Auto, like, so how can they compete? Like, that's always been the narrative. And yet, like, we're seeing firsthand what happened years after the fact. Like, years of not having Grand Theft Auto, years of not having third-party support, years of not having, like, you know, these supposedly, like, pillar games for their console. Like, Nintendo just built up their developers, and now they're creating, like, unique games that you can't find anywhere else. Like, and the whole concept that, like, well, they're not going to sell as much as Grand Theft Auto. First of all, that's not true. And second of all, that doesn't matter because not every game should try to appeal to everyone. And I think that's the problem with GTA at this point, is that fundamentally at its core, it really is a game that tries to appeal to everyone. And as a result of that, all of its mechanics are very shallow. It has no idea what it wants to do with itself. It has no sense of identity. It is not popular in the sense where people actually genuinely enjoy it. Like, it's popular for the sake of being popular. It's popular because people think it's like the cool adult video game franchise. And I think we're reaching the point where, like, that's not really the cool, desirable thing anymore. I think, like, what GTA did is no longer trendy, and it is very clearly, very obviously on the way out. This game is not going to live up to its expectations.